Hi guys. Welcome back to the Trina Talk Show. As you can hear, I'm out of breath because I've been stressing all day. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you so much for 100 subscribers. I cannot believe that I've got 100 subscribers in... I started this in, September? 122. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. And thanks for everyone that's been sharing, commenting, liking, messaging me that they want to come on. Like, I'm very excited for where this is going.
I'm Shakira.
Hi, Shakira.
I'm 22.
Shakira is going to be talking or sharing her experience about PCOS with us.
I was first diagnosed with it at 16.
Okay.
Yeah, and it explained a lot, to be honest, because, when I first started my periods, God, that was horrible.
I can imagine.
Horrible. Yeah, so...
What were your periods like?
So when I first started it, they weren't necessarily regular, but whenever I was on them, they were heavy and long. And, you know, to be that young, start your periods, and, you know, you're taught, like, oh, your periods are going to come and they'll probably be there, like, 3-4 days, 5 days.
Yeah.
And I'm on my period for weeks at a time.
Yeah, weeks at a time. So under the age of 16, weeks at a time. And I would guess that it got progressively worse as you got older.
Yeah. They started getting really bad.
Like with the cramping, was there any like...
To be honest, I never had those experiences until like later on. Yeah, like I'd say when I got to like 1920s when I started actually getting cramps and the nausea and like the really bad headaches and actually throwing up, things like that. But up until then, I was fine, no cramps, nothing. I'd just be on my period for ages.
How did that affect you mentally at that age? Like,
mentally, I would say it definitely takes a toll on you. Like even now, it definitely takes a toll on you. But I guess it got to a point where I would have to just deal with it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's my body. But to know that I'd have to like miss school to go and be doing what's it called, transvaginal scans and
that's such
things
a
like
young
that.
age.
Yeah, like I'm thinking I'm at 16, 17 and I have to open my legs for a doctor.
Yeah, no, that must have been really scary.
It's crazy.
When it comes to you being diagnosed at 16, you said, how did that take place? How did you feel when the doctor told you that this is what you have?
It's not even funny.
Oh my gosh, I'm not laughing. Don't worry. I'm not laughing.
Because I remember after the doctors, I was with my brother because my mum couldn't come with me to the appointment. My brother already knew what I was going through. So I wasn't uncomfortable with him there. But when they said, oh, you've been diagnosed with PCOS, and they gave me a leaflet, and they told me that, you know, I might not be able to conceive, or it would be a lot more harder. I remember just walking in Ealing Broadway to Marks and Spencer's, and I was just crying.
Oh my gosh, oh my goodness.
I was just there tearing up on my way to Marks and Spencer because I'm even like, I'm young.
Yeah.
And I'm being told that I might not be able to have kids.
No, that definitely must have been hard. How did your brother take it? Like with him knowing already, like how did he take it?
I'll be so honest, we didn't even speak about it.
Fairs.
We didn't even speak about it because I feel like for a 16-year-old to be told news like that, what the hell do you even say? Yeah.
It's not an easy thing to go through. It's really hard as a woman to have PCOS because it literally takes over your whole life.
I'm telling you.
Especially if you have underlying issues as well. You have like PCOS and endometriosis or whatever the case may be. it takes a literal toll.
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine being 16 and having found that out, because for me, I only found out this year.
Is it? You've got PCOS?
Yeah. I only found out this year that I have PCOS.
Is it?
And my periods were horrible. I'm talking, so I started my period around like 12 years old.
Yeah.
Throwing up, passing out, going to A&E, losing too much blood, because obviously I'm sickle cell trait as well. So losing too much blood, so I'm too tired to do anything, and I'm too fatigued. And it's just like, don't take offense to when I say this, guys, but it's not normal. Like, some people might take offense, but it's not normal.
It's not normal.
It's not a normal thing to go through.
Yeah, no. Like, hearing how other people only get their periods for like 5 days max.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I genuinely envy those people.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and even like being an adult with PCOS, I get that not everybody with PCOS actually goes through like their really long periods and stuff.
Yeah. But
being an adult that's going through that and in a relationship, can you imagine the toll it can take? And lucky for me, I have a very, 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 very supportive boyfriend. But like in the past, it's actually been a problem, you know?
Yeah. How has it impacted your relationships, actually?
In the past, it's been like, because I can say that the longest period I've had was 3 months.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And can you imagine going 3 months?
Yeah.
And me, when I'm on my period, I don't even like to touch my partner in a sexual way, you know? And so go 3 months without that, for me, it's fine, but obviously for the other person,
yeah.
Yeah, and it definitely puts a strain on the relationship.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah.
Definitely does. I can agree with that. Obviously, I ain't really been in a relationship for a long time. Where's my boyfriend? If you're watching this, reach out. But I can say that when I'm on my period, I don't like to be touched. Period. Like,
exactly.
I don't like, even whether it's sexual, whether it's like a little hug, my friends touching me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It makes me feel uncomfortable, and I don't really like to be around other people because it affects my mood as well.
Yeah.
And because it's such a heavy bleed, it's so uncomfortable. The pad doesn't do enough. Like, I'm changing every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes I'm changing, and it's just so uncomfortable to be around other people when you're literally leaking from your vagina.
Literally.
Do you get it?
I'm worried. I'm scared to get up from any seat. I'm asking anyone
People
that looks kind
you.
enough, like, am I leaking?
Yeah, it's a horrible thing to go through.
I'm telling you.
And when it comes to PCOS, and like, I hear a lot of people have changed their diet and the things that they eat. Would you say that applies to you as well?
So I find it really hard to like come out of habits. And I can say that whenever I have stuck to like exercising, whether or not I lose weight, because it is very hard for me to lose weight. Like, putting on weight is easy, taking it off, hard. But whenever I do start exercising, it does make my periods like this much more regular, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, it would still be a really long period, but then I realized that my period tries to come like every month.
Yeah.
Or every other month. Do you get it? In terms of diets, that's very hard for me to stick to.
Yeah.
But with my boyfriend being a herbalist,
that is so good, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With my boyfriend being a herbalist, he has helped me so much until my body just decided to just say, no, you know. But for months, like, he made me some type of tea. Like, he did his research, made me a tea. And when I say, my periods were normal. Like, I actually felt like a normal girl for months until my period came, and it just never stopped. It never stops. Like, until recently, only a couple of weeks ago, because I had to get the IUD, the hormonal IUD. Yeah, because I've tried everything in the book.
Oh my goodness. How does the IUD affect you, like, on a daily basis and your period?
Okay, so I've had it, I'd say over a month, maybe 2 months. I was still on my period when I got it, and ever since then, they said it's gonna be normal for like 6 months at max. But ever since then, I've been having the maddest cramps. Like it literally affects my whole body going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not a nice feeling, but I guess it definitely did slow down my period once it started to actually. My body started to take in the effect of the IUD. My period started to slow down, and now that it's stopped, I feel good. But the pain of the IUD and every other period symptom is still there, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So talk to me about like the whole process of the IUD, because I haven't actually had one. I don't even know what it looks like. I'll be so real with you.
So scared.
How was that for you?
I was definitely scared.
Mm-hmm.
I kept asking everybody that had possibly had it,
Mm-hmm.
like, how did they find it? And I was not hearing anything
Positive.
The only person that had something positive to say was my mum. And she was like, oh, you need to stop asking everybody their experiences, because, you know, it might not happen like that for you.
Exactly, yeah.
For her, it was different. It was painless, Girl, went in there. I went with my boyfriend, and he had to. I squeezed his hand like I was in labor. That shit was painful. So painful. Like, before they put in the IUD, I think they go in with like this, like a clamp thing, and they put it in, and they have to stretch you open. No, for real.
My eyes twitching,
no,
guys.
For real. And can you imagine all of this whilst on my period?
No, that's horrible.
It was horrible. Hadn't even had a wax in like 2-3 months.
You're just out in the open.
Literally. I'm just there saying sorry to the nurse or whoever's doing it. And yeah, like, it was painful. After she done stretch me open, she goes in with a coil, but they say they numbed it. Yeah, and that did nothing. They put the numbing spray on there and numbing gel, and went in straight after. They didn't give it no time
to numb.
Exactly.
That didn't make sense.
Exactly. So they did that, put it in me, and it felt like having claws inside of me. Yeah. It was painful. I couldn't even drive home properly.
No, that is horrible.
Yeah, it was horrible, man.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to everyone that's had like a bad experience with
Honestly.
the IUD, because that sounds very treacherous, and I don't know how I would deal with that. I'm not on the patch yet. Like, I went to go pick it up and everything. It was advised by the doctors that I get on some sort of contraception because of the pain. But the way that I feel about contraception is just, I don't feel like long term it will actually benefit me. I feel like it will do more harm than good. And with the patch, if you're someone who has, well, from what I've been told by the doctors, if you're somebody who has history in your family of like heart attacks, any heart related problems, you can't be on it.
Damn.
Or you can be on it, but it depends on your weight and your height and your BMI. I said, just give me the patch. Just give me the patch. I'm in pain. Like, I'm not getting no coil fitted. I'm not doing any of that, because I don't know. Listen, I'm not even trying to be funny right now, guys, but I would literally die. If they do anything, any sort of stretching, any sort of inserting anything that's not for my pleasure, I swear down, I'm going to pass away on...
For real,
because I don't know.
I felt like that too. I felt like I was slipping away.
Oh my gosh, no, I can't imagine. I'm trying to even think, like, who would I get to come with me? And I love all my friends and stuff, but it won't be none of you. It would have to be like someone else. I wouldn't even get my mum, because she would probably stress me out. Like, calm down, it's okay. Gosh. It's not okay, I'm in pain. And it's just, do you know what? The thought of having to experience pain to be able to not experience pain. It's so
Yeah.
crazy to me.
Yeah.
You go through all of that, like that definitely hurts. Like by the way, like you were describing it, the look on your face,
Yes.
I know that hurt.
It
And you go through that
did.
just so that you don't experience the pain and what? No,
So
I
that I
can't do
can
it.
live a little bit of a normal life.
Normal life, no, no. I'm sorry.
Like,
I personally don't think I could do it.
I can't. And I'm surprised I even survived. I'm telling you.
No, man. I'm
Horrible.
sitting here. I'm deep in it. I'm almost speechless, but I can't be speechless because it's the Trina talk show. But I'm just wow. No,
Yeah,
no.
like, it was even yesterday that I was saying to my boyfriend, like, I genuinely feel like that IUD was probably the worst decision I've made so far in life because of, yeah, cool, I'm not on my period, but I'm still getting period symptoms.
Yeah.
Like, my mood is all over the place. I haven't left my house
Oh my gosh.
in so long. The cramps, the headaches. I'll be chilling, and then all of a sudden, I'm literally like crouched over, crouched down, like in pain. Got everybody looking at me confused. Like, I'm just 1 second. I'm just yeah. Let me just firm this real quick, and then we'll get back to whatever we're doing. It's not nice.
It's not. I can imagine it's not. And when it comes to your moods, would you say that they've definitely heightened, or how would you describe that?
I feel like, yeah, it's heightened, but like negatively. I don't know what this thing is doing to my body, but it's not being cute.
Yeah.
It's not being cute. Like, when I say I can bed rot, but the bed rot is bed rotting. Like, I feel damn near, like, in a sense, useless. Like, without sounding depressing.
Yeah.
The IUD has genuinely taken such a toll on my emotions that forcing myself to do things genuinely feels like such a chore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel with this IUD.
Yeah.
And it's not feeling like it was a good choice.
Do you feel like it will get to a point where you'll decide to try another type of contraceptive, or like come off of it, or how do you feel about that?
It depends. I've decided to give it the 6 months to see how it actually settles in my body. And of course, during the 6 months, I'll see how my periods are, because it's either going to make it regular or it's going to kind of really slow my periods down.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with, I'll be real. So I want to like literally give it its good time to trial run in my body before deciding that, because I've tried nearly every other pill that they've given me. Some work, some don't. Some have to just be taking them for it to still work. Yeah, because if I come off of whatever pill they've given me, my period will come back 10 times harder type thing. Yeah, so if it's not like that with the IUD, then I'll be real, I might just keep it on.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. I feel like it's better than like being in all the pain and like bleeding for a long time. I don't know if it's been like this with you, but for me, so I've gone in the injection when I was like a teenager, and obviously the contraceptive injection that they used to have, I don't know if they still have that now, but there's an injection, and how long does it work for? Like 3 months. And I went on it, and obviously there are other factors that contributed to me putting on weight, but I feel like contraception definitely done that for me. And of course, as you mentioned before, it's really hard to actually lose the weight when you have PCOS. Do you feel like you've had some sort of experience with like putting on weight, losing weight? Like, how has it been for you?
It's been hard. I remember going on the pill. When I say my body was set good.
Period.
I went on the pill and I had to stop because I started seeing the weight gain, and I'm not a person that likes to go to the gym.
Yeah, I don't blame you, because what do you mean?
I'm not a person that likes to go to the gym, but what do you mean I now have to literally change what I'm eating, but that's not what I was doing before. Go to the gym to try and take off the weight. And once upon a time, those things were working too.
Yeah.
When it came to me actually gaining weight, going to the gym and stuff did help. But it's like as the PCOS started getting worse, yeah, and then being in a relationship isn't helping because it's easier to put on the weight.
Yeah.
But to take off the weight, girl,
it's hard.
Yeah, like I'll take off a couple of kgs and then it will just stop there. Yeah, just stop there.
Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely gonna struggle with that as well. Because I've been to the gym and then I felt like, you know what, this is not helping. There's actually somebody that I follow on Instagram. He's called the PCOS mentor. And I don't really listen to men when they talk about women's issues, but for me to listen to him, that means he's saying something, because I don't be listening, not even just women's issues. I don't be listening to y'all, period. But joking. But he really focuses on like diet and supplements to take and stuff like that. And he's basically said that it's not that going to the gym won't help you. It can, but when you have PCOS, it's better to like walk or swim.
Yeah.
Are those any of the things that you do or you look into?
I've been trying to get my steps in more. Like ever since driving, I don't walk nowhere.
I don't blame you.
I don't walk anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's so bad because obviously with the way how my health is going, to now be driving and not be walking anywhere, it's just not gonna help.
Yeah.
And when I do start walking, the heavy breathing.
Listen.
I'll start sweating with like 10 steps.
Listen, yeah. If you lot have me on Snapchat, today I posted something. I was walking, I was on my way here. You'll just hear like that's what you can hear in the background. And you know what? I try so hard when I'm talking to kind of like pace myself, but I can't do it. That having asthma don't help. Having asthma don't help. It don't help the situation. And it's like, I literally will put a disclaimer. I'll be like, guys, I'm unfit, so don't talk about my breathing. I know that I'm breathing that way. I know. You don't have to tell me. But it's just getting your steps in. I feel like if you get into a routine, you might like it more.
Yeah.
Because I was doing that. Like, I was about to say the park that I used to go walking, but I'm not going to tell you lot because you lot are weird. Not you lot, but like other people are weird. There's this specific park that I go to and I do like laps. But I literally take my time.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was like listening to my music walking. And I was like, where am I running to? Like, I actually don't have anything to do today. Where am I running to?
Yeah.
When you take your time and you're like, you know what? Let me take in the scenery with the music. It kind of becomes a bit more enjoyable than just doing it like, oh my gosh, I have PCOS. Let me walk so I can shift some weight. Like, that's not fun at all. Yeah, for me, I just have to kind of like, you know, enhance my environment a little bit with whatever I have to enhance it with. And it kind of works for me. But I can say that walking that I did that month, it was great seeing the app telling me I was doing 5 kilometers or whatever. But the weight didn't really go anywhere. And you know why that is? Because I was too busy eating.
Do you get it?
I was too busy stuffing my mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I always see them talk about high protein diets and all this stuff and the egg, and I can't be eating too many eggs. Like that results in farting that doesn't smell that great. Like, I can't be doing that. I'm just trying to find like food that will be compatible. And it's like, you think about your PCOS, but you also have to think about your gut. And some people might have a gluten intolerance, and it's just all these things. Someone help! Like, if you're watching this, please send some help.
Come and help us,
like,
please.
send some help, because I don't know what to do. If you're a nutritionist or whatever, please send some help, because it's actually a lot to think about. You're thinking about, oh, maybe I'm gluten. Oh, but my PCOS, so I can't eat this. Oh, but my acne's now coming, so I can't eat it. Like, it's actually a lot to think about and to do and to go through. And again, don't get me started on the heavy bleeding. Like you said, asking people, am I leaking? Like, I used to ask my friends, like, Is there anything there? Can you see anything? And that actually takes a mental toll as
I'm
well.
telling you, the experiences I had in high school with leaking, I
Mm-mm.
would take myself up and go home. There's no way I'm staying in school.
Yeah.
Like I'll never forget one time in DT, and I think it was Woodworks. Anyways, the point is we're sitting on those stools, and I've always had to double up on them long night pads.
Yeah.
Got one coming up all the way to my coochie, one going all the way
Back. Yeah.
and I'll never forget feeling the fact that I was leaking. Got up. The whole stool
Oh my God.
was I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I thought, oh, all right, cool. I'm gonna take off my jumper.
Mm-hmm.
I had to kind of like wipe the stool
Yeah.
with the bit that was gonna be touching my bum, and I had to
Yeah.
just leave my high school.
Yeah.
I went in. I messaged my mum. I said, I'm booking you an Uber right now. Get in there and come meet me at the school office because they're not gonna let you go unless you've got something saying that you need to go, or
Yeah.
your parents there. I had to go.
Yeah, no, you have to in those situations.
Yeah.
What are you expected to do? And you know what? Speaking of school as well, now that I'm older, I've obviously realized a lot of things. There was this girl in my school who she would be bleeding like every single day for, long periods of times. Like, and everyone used to kind of make fun of her. Not me though, because I was never a bully. I was never a bully,
Period.
but I would still be her friend, and people would be asking like, "How can you be her friend when there's a smell?" And I'm just like, you don't know what she's going through. But obviously, when I was younger, I didn't understand that there was all these issues that women have with our beautiful system down there.
Gosh.
But now that I'm older, I completely understand, and I hope that she's doing okay because it was like an everyday thing for like the whole time we were at school until we would like break up, and then we'll come back and it's the same thing. And it's like when you're younger, you're like, what is that kind of thing? But now I completely understand, and I feel like, especially when it comes to Black women, there is not enough help out there. We're not believed. I remember with my old GP, I literally was like to them, listen, I've taken myself to A&E. Obviously, this is TMI, but on this channel we do TMI. I remember I started bleeding like extra heavily than I do, and then these blood clots started coming out, like literally.
Bro, I was just about to say the same thing.
Literally this size.
Yes.
They're coming out, and it's painful when it comes out, and I'm like, am I dying? Go to A&E. They're like, oh, you've got like, guys, I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'll put it in the description, okay? It's like fibromyalgia or something like that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm very uneducated right now. This is not giving Trina talks, but I remember them telling me that. Took it to my GP, and the woman that was assessing me, she was like, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just a heavy period. And I was like to her, how is there nothing wrong with me when there are blood clots the size of golf balls coming out of me? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And then I changed GPs, and thank God for the GP I'm with now. They made me go get the scan done, the transvaginal. And I was convinced that I had fibroids because it runs in my family.
Yeah.
But they were like, oh, you have cysts on your ovaries. But the thing that I don't like is, yeah, okay, I have cysts on my ovaries. You're not telling me where. You're not telling me how many. You're not telling me what size.
And they never like to show you.
They don't. It's like, why are you holding a part of me hostage? Exactly. This is why I'm gonna leave this country to go get healthcare elsewhere. I'm telling you lot now. That's the best decision if you have money, obviously. Whoever wants to fund that trip, let me know. But yeah, like I just don't understand why they're holding it hostage, because I want to be a mum. I actually want to be a mum when I graduate. 2028, guys. Period. I want to be a mother, and I need to know now if there's anything that I can do to help that. Yeah. Because if there's not, and I get to 28 and I want to start a family and I can't do it, I'm going to be very upset, and it can lead to more severe mental health issues.
Of course.
So it's just like, yeah, I need to figure this out. How are you telling me, yeah, you have cysts on your ovaries, but you're not telling me how many, where, are there a lot, are there a little bit. My periods are very painful, so I'm thinking that there may be, even if it's not a lot, there's definitely like bigger ones than others. But it's like, how can I know? And then at the same time, I also think, am I going to be ready to see that scan? If I see that scan, am I going to roll around on the floor and start crying? Am I going to be okay? Like, do you get it?
I feel like despite the fact that it's scary news, I don't know. I've always had to just kind of put on my big girl panties. Yeah. And I remember one time when one of the nurses, when I first ever did it, and the nurse wanted to tell me, oh yes, you've got cysts on your ovaries. But it's like a little pearl necklace. I'm thinking,
are you stupid?
This bitch.
Excuse me?
I'm thinking, I don't know. Are you trying to make light of the situation? Right?
That's not her place, though. What?
It's like a little pearl necklace. That sounds disgusting.
That sounds very disgusting. What do you mean?
Like,
where's your professionalism?
Do you get it?
Nah. Nah, I don't know. I don't know if I would be in jail that day. Because what do you mean? This is an emotional and scary thing, and you're comparing it to a pearl necklace when it's not even your place.
I was 16 because I was just sitting there confused. But I feel like if I had that news now, I wouldn't be very happy.
Yeah, at all.
I wouldn't be happy.
Probably would have reported her.
Yeah.
No, that's horrible.
A pearl necklace on my ovaries or wherever the hell this stuff is coming from.
Yeah.
Like, and don't even get me started on them blood clots, bro. I would have an album right now, but I'm not gonna lie. This is why I don't scroll through my pictures because they're still in my actual photo album. But it got to a point where I would have to just take pictures of the blood clots. Yeah, like.
Yeah, no. I have pictures of mine, but I literally would get triggered every time I saw it in my camera roll. So in my notes, I have like, my notes are very organized. I have a section for everything. I have my camera roll. Then I have, what did I name it? Secret camera roll. And then I put it in there because I know I'm not going to ever see it. The dates are on there, everything. I just don't want to see that because it just reminds me of the fact that I'm not being taken seriously when it comes to PCOS. And I don't want to be seeing that. I'm sorry, I don't want to be seeing that. So it's literally just hidden away. But every time I do go to an appointment or something, I have to bring it out. They don't ask me, but I bring it out because I'm going to show you what I'm going through.
Because you have to. Because they don't be asking the right questions, you know.
They don't.
They don't be asking the right questions. And then when you do tell them, they really like to water down what you're saying.
Yeah.
How can I tell you that I've been on my period for 3 months? Obviously, my iron is low. There was a time when they even told me I needed a blood transfusion. Did they send me for this blood transfusion? How can they tell me that my red blood cell count is dangerously low? You're going to need a blood transfusion. Thank God I'm alive today because I don't know if they were lying to me or what, but how can you tell me that and not follow through with it? Like, my doctors, they're horrible. They're horrible. They really don't listen. And it was the last time that I went to them with the problem. I was like, listen, I've been bleeding for ages. I don't know if you've ever been on it, but tranexamic acid.
They gave it to me in A&E. Yeah.
And things like that, they stopped working on me. And I have to let them know all the time. And it just got to the point where they said, all right, cool, hormonal coil. I said, at this rate, I want a hysterectomy. I said that to them. I think that's what made them
take further action.
Yeah, because they're saying, oh, you're young, why would you want to do that? But you've already told me that I might not be able to have kids. I'm bleeding out my coochie every day. What else do you want me to do? What else do you really want me to do? You know? Yeah, nah, I feel like doctors they really don't take you seriously.
They don't.
Tell them that, no, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to go to these lengths. And I only started doing it this year where I over exaggerate to them. Even if I go, like, I start my cycle and it's only a bit of pain, I'll go to A&E. Because you lot, it has to take me to go to A&E, act a damn fool, be on the floor saying I'm going to die, for you lot to actually take me seriously. It's either this or I'm dying. Like I said, I want to be able to have kids and you lot are not giving me answers. So what do I do?
Exactly.
And I understand that there's a lot of pressure on the NHS, but that's not an excuse for some of these health workers to be acting the way that they act. Like, it's very unprofessional. I found, I don't know if you've experienced this, but I found that when I work with like the female nurses and doctors, they like brush it. When it's the male doctors, they actually kind of take me seriously.
Yes, and I feel like it's because male doctors are like ethnic dads. They don't want to be hearing about those things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But these lady doctors, and I'm sorry, as a woman myself, I hate to say these things, but I have noticed that trend as well. Like, they really don't like to acknowledge womanly problems.
Yeah.
Like, for anybody that has a uterus, they don't even batter their eyelids.
Literally, they don't.
Yeah, they don't be doing what they need to do at all, and it's sad to know that.
Yeah. They don't care. It's unfortunate though, because we're all women and you would think that that support would be there.
Exactly.
Polycystic ovary syndrome is a condition that affects how the ovaries work. Symptoms of polycystic ovary syndrome include irregular periods, facial hair, and difficulty getting pregnant. The main treatment for polycystic ovary syndrome is medicines for things like hair growth and irregular periods. Keeping a healthy weight also helps. It is not clear what causes polycystic ovary syndrome, but it's thought to be linked to hormonal problems. Guys, that comes to the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something. I also want to say that there's going to be a lot more coming to the channel, even coming round back to PCOS or like even endometriosis. We're just going to get really into it because I feel like even though it is spoken enough, it could be spoken about more. Guys, if you want more information on PCOS and other things that affect women's health, I will leave all the links in my description. If you need a link to something after you've watched the video, there's always going to be a link in the description. So make sure that you read the description. Thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment and share this with other women, because it's good when we talk about our experiences and let people know that they're not alone in what they're going through. See you in the next one. Bye.